Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Today is, I think, Tuesday, November 2, 2021, and the time right now is 4:49 a.m. in the morning. Yes. Oh, yes, I'm in bed. That's my little girl here, Lily, and the beautiful skyline. I enjoy this time of day. And yes, I need to drink my elixir. Yeah, I usually drink like half of it before I do my live stream, but I didn't yet. Oh well, so I'm gonna be drinking on and off. It's a little green tea, and some other, vitamin C, turmeric, some other stuff too. Yeah. Oh, and my minerals. Yeah. So need to drink my water. Well, as you see in the headline, the title, um, I'm going to discuss about Smollette, the trial that started. Juicy Smollette, that's what he's known as, and almost 3 years ago, an incident happened. And those of you who's not familiar with this individual, he's an actor, and he allegedly had hired his friends, two friends he knows that he does business with, to buy paraphernalia and to use this paraphernalia to stage uh, a bias crime against him. The alleged perpetrators, the accomplice, is seen in a store buying the paraphernalia, seen on camera in the vicinity where the alleged bias attack took place. And, well, it was discovered that his story on the account of the attack, the bias attack, uh, based on the him being a gay person slash homosexual, and that the people that alleged did the beating were supporters of the then president, and so they just wanted to attack him. Now this is like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I think it was it minus 20 degrees below zero, and he just wanted to go out to get a sandwich. That's what he said. And so it was found that his stories had holes in it, and he was an embarrassment because, see, he's a celebrity or have celebrity status. He's an actor, and it was a black officer. I think was a detective or something. Oh, this took place in Chicago. Chicago has a lot of blacks, and it was an embarrassment to that particular uh, officer or detective because he went on his way to try to find the culprits, and he did find the accomplices. So the accomplices fessed up what happened, and so eventually they arrested Juicy Smollette, the actor. And I remember first hearing about it, and I didn't really want to look, But I was keep on being recommended to see the video, over YouTube. So I decided to look at it. It was very troubling. It embarrassed me, the incident that someone allegedly would go to that extent for attention and to allegedly try to boost his popularity that will then translate into more money that he could demand from the, I guess, producers of the TV show that he's on. So, why am I discussing this today? Well, it's come to trial, I think, this second day of trial, or they're getting his, setting up his jury, to get his jury of his peers. And I'm alarmed about something. I mean, everyone's entitled to a fair trial. If someone accuses you of something, you get arrested, you have a right to a fair trial. Um, what am I disturbed about? Well, I was watching a video, someone who was discussing about the trial that's on, that's starting now on Smollette. And I was reading the comments also on that video, what some of the people wrote. And they compared him, Smollette, to a recent trial that just ended about a week ago of a guy named Rittenhouse. Now, I think the two are completely separate uh, type of trials, but she said in the video, again, not going to give names of the YouTuber, but what was said was um, that she, as a black person, should support, and the other people in the black community should support Juicy Smollette because he's black. And then adding, shame on you if you don't want to support him because of his orientation, to say it nicely. Okay. And comparing it to Rittenhouse trial. Glitch there. Sorry about that. It was just buffering. I have to be careful what I say. That might have attributed to what was, the buffering. Um, Again, the question, should you support Juicy Smollett or not? Well, I'll say the answer up front. You support who you want to support, okay? Up front. Because you're entitled to support who you feel like supporting. But I'm going to just share with you my opinion about the matter, whether I would want to support someone like Juicy Smollett. And my answer up front is no, I do not support him. And on the other person's video that was commenting on it, I did write a comment. I think it was a thorough comment, and I want to share with you some of the things that I could remember what I wrote. My sentiment. Well, I don't. We have so many people in the world who are hurting, who are decent people, who go to work, come home. They may have sicknesses in their family. They might be maybe just lost their job. They don't have money for food. Um, they may have had a natural disaster, like a tornado or something that hit their community. Now, people like that, I have compassion for, and I would say support people like that to help them if you can. But people who lie, who allegedly lie, and the type of lying, it um, it interfered with different communities. It was I felt embarrassed, and what I was embarrassed about was that the alleged crime was that it was orchestrated. What paraphernalia they were to get to make it look real, um, and that they used an innocent person, innocent to the extent of they were blaming the people who who supported the then president, president number 45. And so people were saying, well, if you uh, like that particular um, person in office, you're a bad person, and um, we can hurt you. And further, that lying on someone to say that they are supporters of this particular person and creating the narrative that people who support that particular administration are haters. And so it was putting a false identity of someone. Now, you can support anyone who you want to support who's in office. That is your right. If you don't like an administration, that's your business. But to create a narrative that this person was a member of a group and then disguising it that they are physical abusers, that they attacked you, when actuality you knew the people who attacked you. You did business with them. They were friends. That's one thing that's definitive. He knew both of them. There was money, a check that was exchanged, which looked like the payment. But again, they wrote on the check what the check was for. Of course, you're not going to say to pretend that you're a member of one race and then beat him up. It's not going to say that. It just said, oh, for I think um, like he is like a personal trainer that is for a session, personal training session, and that wasn't the case. So I don't feel I should support well, for different reasons. I believe this holds to his story, and the black detective that was or captain, he investigated it, and it was discovered he knew those guys, and the cameras, they're on camera, and they fessed up, and they were believable. It's not believable for me that a white person is going to get a flimsy news and bleach, pour bleach on somebody. It just sounded weird. So again, it sounded to me like someone is imagining what a person who would lynch someone or threaten to lynch someone would do. And that it's obviously someone who doesn't know. About making up stories and getting black and white people to distrust each other further and to cause fighting. What he did, in my opinion, was so severe. It was severe because the extent exploiting a historical event that happened in the past and making it like now and using political parties as another means of separation. I've never been a member of any political party. What's more important is not what party you belong to, but what your policies are. What are you about? What are you about? You think these people in government that they only associate people of their party? They do deals. They live near each other. They belong to the same clubs. So it really doesn't matter about political party because in the end, they do deals with each other. I don't care about what political party you belong to. I care about what you do. What did he allegedly do? He exploited the hearts of both the black community and the white community. And then reading that lady's response, the video that I watched about Smollette, people just say, yeah, we should support him because he's black. We don't support our own. You're going to support somebody who didn't support you. I don't support criminals. I don't support drug addicts. Drug dealers. I don't support it. I don't support people who vandalize other people's buildings. I don't support people who do graffiti on your neighborhood. I don't support or approve individuals who commit arson. I don't support looters. I don't support it. And to say, oh, well, they're poor people and the other people have a lot and they don't. Well, what I feel about that, create your own job. Create your own job. Stop looking for a handout. Why don't you just find out what they're doing to create a business and reproduce that? But they don't because they're lazy. Most people are lazy and they want what you have without working for it. They feel entitled. And then some people may use the race card why they don't have. Sure, there's racism in America. The incident that happened to me, I got assaulted last week, and I feel in part it could have been racially motivated. And the cop let the individual go. They sent them to the hospital because they mentioned something about her having schizophrenia and about her medication. So maybe she missed her medication and started attacking black people. I'm a black woman, and I was attacked by a young white female. I was punched in the center of my chest, right where my heart is. When something like that occurs, it can cause a heart attack. I was hurt, physically hurt by what happened. And then to hear the cops say, well, we won't consider that an assault. We're going to call it harassment. We're not going to send her to jail. We're going to send her to the hospital. Well, guess what? 6 days after that incident, she is directly across the street from me in my neighborhood. The assault happened to me in a different neighborhood. So how in the world did they find out where I live, or I should say, get to my neighborhood? I don't think it's an accident. She was just maybe 20 feet away from me, heading in my direction. We were both at the opposite street corners. And then I see her. I was scared because she was a big female. Yeah, she was a big, strong female. And it required 4 cops to subdue her. So here she resisted arrest and nothing to happen to her. And so I'm angry. So I know about injustices, what looks like injustice or favoritism based on race, in my opinion. But that does not mean to say, oh, well, because what someone did to me yesterday, any other person of that race, um, you should wish them harm. No, I don't wish any other person harm. I wish for that person that attacked me to be thrown in jail. Period. This person could have attacked anybody. They were on a spree and they were attacking other people. Two other people came up to me when the police came, and I pointed the perpetrator out to the cops. Some individuals came to me and told me that they were attacked too by the same person. So I strongly feel to condone these type of behaviors is perpetuating those behaviors, and I do not wish to perpetuate criminality. I don't support it, no matter what the race is. See, I feel also being a black person in America that we have to be more selective in our community. We're not selective, and we accept people in our community who don't deserve to be in our community. And what do I mean by that? Well, you should kick out anybody who's a drug dealer. You should also kick out in your community any pedophiles and sex offenders. They do not help anybody in our community. People who bully other people shouldn't be tolerated in your community. People who litter and graffiti do not deserve to be in anybody's community because they are destructive in nature, and we don't I don't tolerate it. Yeah, that's how I feel. But we let anybody in our community, we let illegal aliens in our community, and oh, I know that's a big one in the black community. Oh, you're not supposed to say illegal aliens, right? Oh, you sound like a bigot. Well, let me tell you this. Those illegals who come into your neighborhood, the fact that they're doing something illicit and enter your community and suck your resources, and then you wonder why your child is hungry. Well, someone is tapping into your resources. Why don't you have adequate number of books in your child's school? Well, your resources are being tapped again. You're so used to being a victim and having people take what you have that you don't do anything. And you think it's totally acceptable because the other person has a colored skin. You are colorblinded. That is the real issue. You are colorblind. You think because someone has melanated skin that they're your friend. And you don't care that some of them might be robbers, gangbangers, arsonists, rapists, murderers, drug dealers, etc. You got to be more selective who lives among you. But you have this kinship for people who look a certain way. And it seems like many of us, we want to feel sorry for anyone who looks depressed, Anybody, like, let's say they wear those outfits that that show aggression, what, like, you have people wearing t-shirts that say this profanity, or they try to dress what you call gothic, that shows that negative energy spectrum. But God forbid you show a spectrum of happiness, of joy and peace. They don't like you and they don't support you. They want to pick on them. They bully them. They call them names uh, behind the back and to their face because they represent something positive. How could you be hateful of someone who's positive, who wants to show a good example? See, this is what you call distortion of thinking. You think evil is good and good is evil. Things like that shouldn't be tolerated in our community, and you gotta weed it out. Then they also mention, okay, it's another controversial thing about his orientation. This particular YouTuber addressed that, oh, if you're not going to support him because of his orientation, shame on you. But I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you can make a distinction of groups based on race, can you not also make a distinction amongst groups based on their orientation? Every group has their own structure. Sorry, it's buffering. Come on. Come on now, let's go. Come on, let's open up. Come on, I'm sorry, it's buffering. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's open up. Come on, let's do a live stream. Come on, let's go. I'm sorry out there, it's buffering again. Could you hear me out there? Is the audio at least working? So let's come back on. Let's go back on. Come on. I'm sorry, guys, if you can hear me. It is buffering. The counter's not on. Wow. Come on. See that? Come on, let's go back on. Come on. Buffered like this. Come on, let's go. Boy, this is really bad. I apologize, guys. Could you hear me at least? Could you guys hear me? Please press a one for yes that you can hear me. If you can hear me, I could continue talking. Yeah, you can just type like a one for yes that you can hear. Come on. This is really bad. This is really bad. I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, I don't know how to fix the glitching. Really. Why should I support it? That's how I feel. That's all. That's okay. You feel how you feel. But you're going to talk about mean people. You sound mean. It's okay for you to not like a particular person. You don't resonate. That's fine. That's okay too. And that's okay. But when you're nasty like that, you sound nasty. You sound mean. No, I don't think it's mean. I think it's quite loving to want to support and protect your own from people who are harming. Come on. Come on, let's go on. I apologize, man. This is horrible how it's buffering like this. I don't know why it's not doing anything. And it's early morning. I don't know why it's dropping like this. Go, let me finish the video. I want to finish this. I want to finish this live stream so I could get myself ready for the day. Come on. Could you guys hear me out there? Let's come on. This is awful. That doing the video early may be beneficial. Come on. Come on, live stream, YouTube. Come on. Boy, I'm really sorry, people out there. I really want to continue with the video and talk about, I was going to discuss about orientation. It's important. It's important about this orientation. What someone does. Who do they belong to? This is very important. It's my little doggy. Hey, Lily. Come on, let's come back on. Let's come back on. I need to finish the video. Even my dog is getting impatient. Come on. Come on, people. Gotta finish this live stream. Gotta finish. You can't just stay like this. Oh, brother. You support who you want to support. I gotta say by myself how I feel. But you support who you're gonna support, who you want to support. That's good. I don't think that's what he is. Not that you think everybody here likes everybody. Food. If they don't eat your food, yeah. It's like, oh, you don't eat my people food. I don't eat your people food. We've heard this. We hear a lot of things. You don't have to like anybody, but don't mess on their parade. Don't mess with them. They're doing their job. They're doing their work. Let them do it. Not everybody's gonna get along. So you see, okay, if you don't like someone, you just stay away from them. Maybe you had an issue in a past life. Some people believe in past lives. I don't know. But boy, I may have to just terminate this. X out of it. I don't want to do that because I'm hoping that it's going to come back on. Come on, let's go back on. I don't know why this is happening. The race card.